Paulie, your best teams in the NFL against the spread through 5 weeks. San Francisco, they're 4-1 ATS. Remember the loser? Your buddy Sean McVay, kicking at the buzzer.
Yeah. Well, Maher needed some work.
He did.
Yep.
They're 4-1 ATS, covering on average. Think about this. On average, they're covering by 12.4 points per week.
5.5 seems like a gift Sunday if it's going to be P.J. Walker.
Well, that number will go. It's long gone. If we found out right now that P.J. Walker starting, that number shoots to 7 at least.
Well, is he an upgrade over DTR? I don't know. But in any event, that could get ugly in Cleveland.
Yeah, plus it could be a weather game.
Uh-huh.
Think about that. They're laying, it was only 3.5 against the Cowboys. They won by 32, so that's going to skew the numbers a little bit, but they're laying huge numbers in most of these games, and they're still 4-1 ATS. Dolphins are 4-1 ATS, covering on average by 6.4 points per game. Lions are 4-1, great story. The Buccaneers are 3-1, covering on average by nearly 7 points per game. The Rams are 3-1-1, and the Seahawks are 3-1 overall against the spread. Your worst teams in the league against the spread so far in the NFL. The New York Giants are 0-5, and they're missing the cover on average by 13.5 points per game. Now, that's just absurd. Panthers are 0-4-1. Broncos are 0-4-1. Mm-hmm. Denver also missing by more than, 2 touchdowns, 13.2 points per game. And now they're playing tomorrow night, catching double digits against KC. Falcons are 1-4. Pats are 1-4, but look at the Patriots. On average, missing by 13.9 points per game. And your Saints are 1-3-1 ATS.
Yeah. Yep.
Against a weak schedule.
I know. That's why I said it before the season, but I don't know what's going to happen in that division. That thing is up for grabs, and I can't get a handle on New Orleans, and can they get something going offensively? Mm-hmm. We know the defense is solid. But
your best NFL teams to the over so far this season. Chicago is 5-0. On average, they're going over by 10 points per game. This makes sense, right? They've been an over team since this time last year. Broncos are 4-1 to the over. On average, getting there by 16.5 points per game.
Yeah.
Now, this number tomorrow night is crashing down. Heavy winds expected at Arrowhead. 20-plus miles an hour could be sustained, the way it appears. So we'll see if this changes at all. But the Cardinals are also 4-1 to the over. Dolphins, Commanders, Lions are 3-2 to the over this year.
Now we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your best teams to the under, and there are a lot of them. How many games have you bet the Saints under so far this year? All 5?
Yeah. It's a 14-1 under run. Yep.
They're 5-0 on the year to the under. Obviously, they're staying under by 6+ points per game.
Points allowed: 15, 17, 17, 26. Although there were shenanigans late, going for it deep in their own territory, and then 0. And Las Vegas is 4-1 to the under. Las Vegas is the only team yet to score 20 points in a game. 17, 10, 18, 17, and 17.
Yep.
And so,
their games are staying under by 7 points on average. I bet that game yesterday, had it in pocket under 42.5. It's down to 41.
Well, yeah, their opponent, New England, they have yet to score 21 in the game.
Right. They're also on the list. They're 4-1 to the under. Mm-hmm. Atlanta, Tennessee, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and the Giants also 4-1 to the under on the year.
How about that? That is wild.
Oh, that's the story again this year, right?
That's right. Yep. And so Baltimore plays Tennessee, both 4-1 to the under. New England plays Las Vegas, 4-1 to the under. Dead wrong about the Vikings. I thought they were going to be an over team, but again, you keep turning the ball over. I mean, you bet an over, and a team has an 8-minute drive and fumbles inside the 5-yard line. You're cooked.
Well, and they had how many fumbles in the first 3 games? Yeah. Inside the opponent's 5-yard line, and overall in these games, I mean, it's just they're moving the ball, putting up a lot of yards, and yeah, they were an over team going all the way back to last. That, by the way, that total in the game is down, I believe, 4 points this week. Minnesota and Chicago at Soldier Field. The best college teams in the country, ATS, a bunch of them are really good. Oklahoma 6-0, covering on average by 13 points per game. The local team out here, UNLV, great story with Barry Odom. Not only are they 5-0, Paulie ATS, they're covering on average by 12.6 points per game. Oregon, 5-0, covering by 12 points per game. Rutgers, 5-0-1. Penn State's 5-0 ATS. You know what the head coach likes to do there.
2 of them have been late, no reason to do it, touchdowns.
Yep. all the boosters in that side, right? On that side of the country. Yeah, we're laying the points again today, Coach. Okay, we'll cover. No problem. Now go spend some more of that hard-earned money and that winning from your gamblings on NIL so we can continue to compete with Ohio State and Michigan. Miami 5-1, Miami of Ohio 5-1, and Arizona's also 5-1 ATS. Your worst teams in college football against the spread. Well, two of those are winless ATS, Illinois and Vandy.
What has happened here? Illinois.
Illinois?
Yes.
I know it.
They had a good year last year.
They don't have one win ATS. They're 0-6, missing the cover on average by 11.3 points per game. Vandy's actually 0-7 against the spread. And every game is still gone over?
I guess, yeah. And here comes Georgia to town.
Sure.
Georgia and over is the parlay.
UTEP, Temple, Southern Miss, Minnesota, Mississippi State, 1-5 ATS. And a bunch of teams are also 1-4 or 1-4-1, including the aforementioned Bulldogs. Georgia now 1-4-1 on the season. Best teams of the over. Yeah, here you go. Vandy is 7-0 on average, going over by 9.2 points per week. Look at LSU, 6-0, Paulie.
No defense. Horrible.
None.
Horrible.
Going over by 17 points per week. It's like 2019 all over again, but that was because of the offense, not the defense. Boston College is 5-0-1 to the over. UMass 6-1, going over on average by 15.5 points per week. Utah State, USC, Toledo, Missouri, Central Florida, San Jose State, Boise State are all 5-1 to the over, and Utah State, USC, and Toledo are going over by more than 10 points per week. And your best college teams to the under. Utah's 5-0. They're not even coming close.
Right.
They're staying under by 14.7 points per game.
So limited offensively without rising.
Yep.
And, you know, you want to go conservative anyways, and just a filthy defense. So that's been, I mean, you are right, not even close. I mean, that's 14-0 with a minute left against UCLA.
Yep.
Think about that.
Eastern Michigan, Arizona, Arizona State, TCU, and Syracuse are all 5-1 to the under on the season. There you go. That's the list of best teams in college in the NFL ATS this year, and with the total so far. You like to ride these streaks. You do it quite a bit in soccer. You're doing it with the Saints as well. With these teams in the NFL, I mean, what you said earlier, I believe. I mean, if somebody told us right now, like if we got a message that said, hey, guys, it's definitely going to be P.J. Walker, I think I'd probably make San Francisco my biggest bet of the year. Even though it's going to be a weather game, laying the 5.5. Because there's no, if we found out, like if that news were to break today that P.J. Walker's going to start, I don't even know if 7's enough. I think it might go through 7, even though the Browns have this awesome defense and they're coming off the bye week. Like what you said a minute ago, is P.J. Walker better than DTR? I don't know. P.J. Walker has been, for the most part, unwatchable. He's been so bad.
And DTR couldn't move the ball against Baltimore and all their injuries they have. So, I mean, Dak Prescott looked like that was hideous what happened Sunday night. And now it's a journeyman who could be going against that defense. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what's going on with Watson. Where it was, he's fine. Now he's not throwing, he's not playing, and now he still could be out. What's going on there?
Yep.
So,
and we do this now all the time. How many points would you need to take a team? As we said, the Giants are 0-5 ATS. They're missing by 13.5 points per game. How many points would you need to bet them against the Bills on Sunday? 20?
A lot of it's on Danny Dimes, but again, this horrendous offensive line.
Well,
I don't know if it's all coaching or drafting, but they can't develop. And when these guys leave New York, they get better. Why is the offensive line this bad?
They've addressed it. I know the Thomas injury has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, right. But the other shame on the league for not flexing out of this game. I can't
believe they're
enough of the
this.
Giants in prime time. It's enough already. They're going to get housed, but you're going to get an angry Buffalo team as well. But it's just can't run the ball, can't protect them. No skill, no wide receivers to throw to.
Mm-hmm. Should be getting Barkley back this week.
Yeah, but then again, you decided to give this guy $40 million a year for some reason.
Right. That never made any sense.
No.
For the most part this year, I don't think it is on Danny Dimes, although he's not worth $40 million a year, and I don't think he's very good. It's a turnstile. Well, he's running for his life on every single snap.
But take care of the ball, please. You're not a rookie anymore.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.